Okay, this is a program I've been working on for a little while here, and I'm just going to start this running. This is actually a time-lapsed recording because the program runs quite slowly. It's written in Python. That's not why it's slow. It's written in. It has something to do with it. It's using Pygame, which is also not why it's slow. But of course, everything's a factor. The main thing is it's just computationally intensive. And what you see on the screen is Cellular Automata, a group of different cellular automata running different rules within the general category of what they call life rules or lifelike rules. Conway's Game of Life being the most well known of them. Of course, what you're seeing on the screen right now is not Conway's Game of Life. There might be some of it mixed in there, but it's not just that. Each cell has a color, obviously, and the exact internal numbers stored to represent those colors are used to determine which of an available set of rules gets run on the neighborhood of that particular cell or cells. Here it's restarted with a different starting condition. There is randomization involved in the program, but only for the initialization, setting up the starting conditions. Once the starting conditions are set up, this is 100% mathematically predictable. It is not something that's intuitively predictable, meaning humans aren't good at predicting it. It's predictable only in the sense that if you were to pause it and run another copy of the simulation with the exact same starting conditions, you could watch the other one and find out what's going to happen, and then unpause the one you paused and watch it do the exact same thing. It's predictable in that sense. It's not predictable, at least as far as anybody's figured out yet. Toward the left here, I don't know if my cursor will show up. This is oh, it's gone now. That was a glider there. Just make my cursor go away. Okay, make that thing go away. Any rate, I was going to say that toward the left there was actually Conway's Game of Life, but there it is. It was, I think. That seems to be mixed with another rule now. Not really sure. The resolution is not that great. I could have used larger cells. That would have helped. But this one, if I recall correctly, had a rather interesting side effect. I think this was the one. It no, this wasn't it. I'm thinking of something else. But if you watch the gliders, they're actually running off the edge of the screen and, in a sense, coming back on the other side. You could think of that as a larger universe with, a repeating pattern in it. In a sense, that's kind of what it is, and in a sense, it's not. Computationally, it is just the same universe repeating ad infinitum. At any rate, notice that this is just running the one set of rules. It apparently is just Conway's Game of Life, and there it's restarted with another configuration. A little more colorful this time. And maybe this was the one I was thinking of. Notice that one sort of teal color is just kind of taking over the whole thing there. And yet there's a little bit of cyan mixed into it from time to time. Now it hit the stuff in the middle there, and you can see some of that color getting mixed around and eventually goes away. There's a couple of other colors it's going to run into in a little bit here, and basically just ate them for breakfast, so to speak. So yeah, that one color is basically just taking over the whole thing. And here's another starting condition. Now, my next stage in this program. What I'm planning on doing is I'm gonna alter it so that it can run rules with two different neighborhoods in it, and maybe more. But for now, I'm just considering two different neighborhoods. The neighborhood of the life or lifelike rules is a 3x3 neighborhood, a neighborhood of basically one cell in the center and then 8 neighbors surrounding it, 4 adjacent and 4 diagonal. And the way the rule works for specifically Conway's Game of Life is for each frame of time, every pixel is has its neighbors counted, and if it has exactly 3 neighbors, if it's not a lit up pixel, it'll become lit up, so to speak. If it's if it's potentially alive but it's not alive yet, it takes 3 neighbors to make it alive, basically to cause a birth. And to survive, it has to have 2 or 3 neighbors. So basically, survival depends on their neighbors, and birth depends on family, in a manner of speaking. Any rate, I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording, and hopefully it turned out okay and I can put it online.